The Story of the Boy and the Rag. The Boy and the Rag. Once upon a time, in a small, run-down slum, lived a little boy named Riew. Riew was an orphan. His parents had passed away when he was very young, leaving him with only a piece of old, colorful cloth. Riew called it his rag. It was a remnant of the fabric his mother used to sew clothes, and it became Riew's most treasured possession. Riew was a hardworking boy. Even though he was small, he was incredibly determined. Every morning, Riew would take his beloved rag and walk through the narrow alleys, offering to clean the tables and floors of local restaurants. "Sir? Madam? Can I help you wipe the tables and mop the floor?" Riew would ask in his clear voice. But many restaurants turned him away. Some even shooed him away, shouting, "Get lost, you dirty kid." One day, Riew reached a small restaurant called Warm Embrace Restaurant, owned by a kind, elderly woman named Aunt Oon. Aunt Oon looked at Riew with compassion. "Come in, young man. Let me see. What kind of cloth is that?" Riew held out his rag. "It's a rag, ma'am. It belonged to my mother. I use it to wipe tables and floors. It cleans really well." Aunt Oon smiled warmly. "I'll give you a chance. Come and help me clean the restaurant. In return, I'll give you food and a place to stay. Do we have a deal?" Riew's eyes sparkled. "Yes. Thank you, Aunt Oon." From that day on, Riew became a part of the Warm Embrace Restaurant. Riew worked diligently. He wiped tables, mopped floors, and washed dishes without complaint. He saved every penny he earned because he dreamed of going to school, especially to learn how to cook. Riew loved to secretly watch Aunt Oon cook. The delicious aromas of Aunt Oon's cooking were incredibly tempting. Aunt Oon noticed Riew's interest and began to teach him the art of cooking. "Riew, remember this: the heart of cooking is love. We must pay attention to every step." Riew was a dedicated learner. He memorized every tip and practiced every day until he could cook delicious food. Riew even created a new dish, rag fried rice, using leftover vegetables and rice, stir-fried with a special sauce he invented. It was flavorful and delicious. The Warm Embrace Restaurant began to attract more customers, drawn by Aunt Oon's skill and Riew's new dishes. However, the success of the small restaurant irked Siadam, the owner of a large, fancy restaurant across the street. Siadam was a greedy and selfish man. He was unhappy that a small restaurant like Warm Embrace was stealing his customers. Siadam started to sabotage the Warm Embrace Restaurant. He spread rumors that the food was unclean, hired people to cause trouble, and even sent people to threaten Riew. "You're just a dirty kid. Don't try to be clever around here, or you'll be sorry." Riew was scared, but he didn't give up. He persevered and worked hard to save money for school. One day, Siadam made an offer. "Riew, come work for me. I'll pay you a lot of money. Stop working for that old woman. Riew refused. I won't leave Aunt Oon. She's been kind to me. Seadam was furious. You stubborn brat. Just wait and see. I'll make sure you and that old woman have nowhere to go. Not long after, Riew was tricked. A stranger told him about a good, cheap cooking school. Riew was fooled and gave the man all his savings. But in the end, the man disappeared along with Riew's money. Riew was heartbroken. He felt like his dream had been shattered. But Aunt Oon comforted him. It's okay, Riew. We can start again. I'll help you. Riew went back to working hard. He improved his cooking skills even more. Aunt Oon suggested that Riew enter the town's annual cooking competition. Give it a try, Riew. This is a good opportunity to prove yourself. Riew hesitated, but finally decided to compete. His rival was Seadam, who was confident in the skills of his restaurant's top chef. The day of the competition arrived. The atmosphere was lively, with people coming to cheer. Riew was very nervous, but he gathered his focus and started cooking with all his might. He chose to make his signature dish, rag fried rice, and a special dish, memory forest stew, using local ingredients and a secret recipe seasoned with love and memories of his late mother. Seadam mocked him, haha. Look at him. Using a dirty rag to make food. How disgusting. But the judges praised Riew's creativity and the deliciousness of his food. The results were announced, and Riew won first place. He received a scholarship and prize money. Seadam was furious, but he could do nothing. Riew used the scholarship to attend a famous culinary school. He studied diligently and practiced until his skills improved dramatically. After graduating, Riew returned to his community. He used the remaining prize money to renovate the Warm Embrace restaurant and renamed it Riew's Rag Restaurant. Riew's restaurant became famous. People came from all over to taste his delicious food, especially the rag fried rice and memory forest stew, dishes filled with stories and memories. Riew didn't forget Aunt Oon's kindness. He invited her to work with him, and they took care of each other. But then, a major economic crisis hit. People lost their jobs and had no money. Many restaurants had to close down. Riew's restaurant was also affected. Customers became fewer, income dwindled, and ingredients became more expensive. Moreover, the lenders from whom Riew had borrowed money to expand his restaurant started demanding repayment. Riew faced hardship once again. He had to economize, cut costs, and create new, cheaper dishes that were still delicious. He used his mother's rag to make an apron and a chef's hat to remind himself to keep fighting. Seadam, who was still running his restaurant, albeit struggling, took advantage of Riew's difficult situation and sent someone to offer to buy Riew's restaurant. But Riew refused. I will not sell my restaurant. I will keep fighting. Seadam was left to seethe. The situation worsened. The rent was increased, and some ingredients became scarce. Riew struggled desperately. He tried to negotiate with the landlord, asking for a rent deferral, but to no avail. Riew's restaurant was about to be seized. In his darkest hour, Aunt Oon and friends from the community reached out to help. They helped raise funds, promoted the restaurant, and found sources of affordable ingredients. Regular customers returned to support Riew, seeing his effort and kindness. Riew was deeply touched. He realized he wasn't fighting alone. He created a new menu, Food of Hope, using affordable ingredients, meticulously prepared, and sold at a price everyone could afford. This menu became incredibly popular. People came to taste it and spread the word. And then another opportunity arose. There was a national cooking competition with the theme Food from Crisis. Riew decided to enter. He used his past experiences to create dishes that used inexpensive ingredients but were packed with nutrition and delicious flavors. The competition was full of excitement. Each contestant showcased their skills to the fullest. Riew felt pressured, but he remembered Aunt Oon's words, "The heart of cooking is love." So, Riew cooked with love, hope, and determination. The results were announced, and Riew won first place again. He received a large sum of money and fame. Riew's rag restaurant became bustling once more. People flocked to taste his food. Riew was able to pay off all his debts and expand his restaurant further. He helped other orphans, giving them opportunities like he had received. Adam, who couldn't adapt, eventually had to close his business. Riew learned that success doesn't come easy. It requires overcoming many obstacles. But if we are hardworking, persistent, honest, and don't give up, we can overcome any challenge. The story of the boy and the rag teaches us that poverty, being looked down upon, or obstacles do not determine our future. What matters is determination, effort, and gratitude, which will lead us to success. Even an ordinary rag can become something valuable if we use it with love and intention, just like our lives, which can shine, create value, and inspire others, even if we start from nothing.